Hi, my name is Soaky Siren, and you are watching The Bubbles.
I'm a future, got a pink whip, call that shit fuchsia. Every time I pull up, go. I'm in LA drinking kombucha. Had to clean these hoes, I'm a future. Got a pink whip, call that shit fuchsia. Every time I pull up, go. Yeah, pull up real quick. Yeah, Chevy look.
Listen, I can't take any credit for my name. My daddy actually nicknamed me Soaky when I was born, and long story short, like I had dodged the name my entire childhood because I got teased. You know, disrespectful ass little kids like teased me all the time. Plus there was like a calypso song out, so every day I'd go to school they would tease me about my name. So I tried to run from it, but then after a while I kind of just said, you know what, I'm gonna take power. And I was like, only my best friends could call me Soaky. So Soaky was a name that only my closest friends called me, and then eventually I was rapping and freestyle and doing all of these things, and eventually I just owned it as my artist name. And the Siren, I have to shout out my bestie, man, because she gave me that name a couple years ago because she read this book called The Art of Seduction. And according to her, she said I'm a siren based on her findings. So the two just ended up sticking, and honestly the siren wasn't even intentional. So again, I can't take credit. I've always done music. Like it's just been like, instead of writing notes in school, I was writing lyrics and songs and stuff like that. So I always had the music bug. Like I've always been an artist, and I've always known that this was going to be my path. And yeah, I was writing in school, and then like I started freestyling, and I was just like, you know what? This is what it is. Like it ain't no plan B. This is what I do, you know?
Every time I touch road, turn it upside down, down. Pull up when I bust slow, turn it upside down, down. I need X, I need O's, I need bags for the shows. Got some mans in the back on his knees to propose, cause he trip when I tip on my toes. Got a grip when I grip, I just snatch where it's so. Plenty sauce, I got the seasoning. Bitches wonder what the secret is. How long do I plan on keeping it? I need to sleep on it. Every time I touch road, turn it upside down.
Man, the thing is, I don't want to get judged, but I feel like I could actually remember the first rap that that I wrote. It was in like, I feel like it was in like grade 4, and it was really, I'm not about to just perform it or anything, but just know that it was about vegetables, vitamins, and minerals.
Okay.
And I could remember certain parts of the song, and I was sincere about that delivery too.
Female rappers are having a surge right now, but
Right.
still, it's still a hard path and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about the game right now as far as like representation of women hip hop lyricists?
I love where it's at. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's super important that you have so many different types of rap artists out there, especially with females, because there was a time when it was just, you'll have a dominant one, and then that was that. You know what I mean? I think even prior, like if I remember, like when I was growing up, I just always assumed like there needs to be a first lady or something, like a certain clique, a certain squad, and it's like, no man, you know, you are the brand. You don't need to be the first lady or something else. You are your own thing. And I think watching all of these female artists emerge and have their own styles, everyone is nuanced in their own way. I think I think it's a really good step in the right direction.
Zaddy, Zaddy, where's your shiny car? And if I ride it, will you take me very far? You work with crooked politicians in the dark. Ship cocaine, heroin, no Jonah Ark. You took
So
the
Dope Boys is basically, it's a bit of a period piece. Like for me, I grew up on an island during a time when the drug trade was lit. And I know that sounds so misguided and backwards, but there was plenty money. And, you know, I wanted to tell this story because obviously you fast forward to now, it ain't like that anymore. And a lot of people that I remember romanticizing, because, you know, you only seeing the blissful things, you seeing the money and the lifestyle, and you didn't think about the consequence. But eventually the shit started catching up. And Dope Boys is actually that song where it's like a tale of riches and ruin. So it's kind of like, I'm watching people go from, like, everybody loves a rag to riches song, but then when you have a rag to riches and then back to ruin or back to rags, it's like, oh, so you really was hustling backwards. And more importantly, like, for girls, because I mean, I can't lie, low-key, I was like, I want a ting. Give me a kingpin because I want to live that life. And, you know, you have to open your eyes up eventually and realize that again, that don't make sense, you know? So that's what that song is for me. I actually had an opportunity to tell a story that I was able to witness, you know, from my perspective, obviously. And also it's like another facet of growing up in the islands, because whenever people say or hear that I'm from the Bahamas, they're just like, the swimming pigs and da 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 da, and I'm like, yeah, that ain't my life, you know. It's a lot different. So there's I'm able to like glean a little bit of a piece of light on a facet of our society that people outside of it don't get to see.
And that's very important. How much of your social surroundings, past and present, influenced your lyrics?
I mean, significantly. Like, I am the sum of all of my experiences, all of everything that I encounter. Like, I feel like I'm a sponge, man. Like, I just take in a lot, and I try my best to channel it into art. You know, I moved to the States, obviously. I wanted to be in the music industry, and I started out songwriting. So eventually I was like, you know, I'm interning for all of these places, and like, as a songwriter, I ended up getting, you know, a lot of success, and somebody that I actually picked up food for as an intern, I ended up getting a record on. That was Pitbull. And that was like, okay, I'm not misguided, I ain't tripping, like this thing could happen. And as an artist now, I'm like just turning so many corners, and so many people are responding to the music, and it's like, this is exactly what I set out to do. And in fact, it's absolutely doable, you know? So I keep getting a lot, lately I've been getting a lot of those moments. Make sure to follow me on @Soaky Siren on all socials. That's IG, Twitter. Make sure to check me out on Spotify and all of it. Wherever you listen to music, just @Soaky Siren. Hi, my name is Soaky Siren, and you've just been buzzed. Yeah.